Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you rely on public transport in the UK, especially buses, then today's update is absolutely crucial. Starting from the 20th of November 2025, the UK is introducing a major overhaul to bus pass rules, and these changes are going to affect millions of residents, including pensioners, disabled individuals, and anyone who relies on concessionary travel. These aren't minor adjustments. They are comprehensive changes that could impact how, when, and where you travel. So if you currently hold a bus pass or plan to use one soon, it is essential to watch this video in its entirety because knowing what's coming could save you both time and money. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss critical updates that can affect your travel, lifestyle, or finances in the UK. The changes announced by the government are part of a wider initiative to modernize public transport, improve efficiency, and ensure fairness in the system. These updates touch on travel times, the format of bus passes, eligibility criteria, and even regional variations in where and how you can use your pass. First, let's discuss travel times. Traditionally, many bus passes allowed holders to travel at any time during the day, which made commuting extremely convenient. However, starting on the 20th of November, certain regions will introduce restrictions during peak hours. This means that in some cities, particularly major hubs like London, Manchester, Birmingham, and Glasgow, bus passes may no longer be valid for travel during the busiest periods, typically from early morning around 7 until 9 o'clock. This decision has been made to reduce overcrowding during peak times, ensuring that paying passengers can find seats and that buses can operate more efficiently. While this might sound inconvenient for regular commuters, it's essential to understand the details because the restrictions are not uniform across the country. Each local council has the authority to determine peak hours and adjust these rules according to local needs, so what applies in London may not apply in smaller towns or rural areas. Checking your local council's transport website before November 20th will be vital to avoid any unpleasant surprises. Another major change is the transition from traditional paper bus passes to digital formats. This is a significant shift in the way public transport operates. Starting with new passes issued from November 20th onwards, all bus passes will likely be digital, accessible via a smartphone app or a contactless card. Existing pass holders are strongly encouraged to register for the digital system in advance. The benefits are clear. Digital passes allow faster verification on buses, reduce the risk of losing your pass, and make renewals and updates much simpler. However, this change also brings challenges, particularly for older passengers or those who are not comfortable using smartphones. Authorities have said they will provide support, including assistance at bus stations and through council offices. But it's wise not to wait until the last minute to learn how the system works. Digital passes will feature QR codes or tap-on technology, meaning bus drivers can quickly scan or validate your journey, speeding up boarding times and reducing errors or fraud. The shift is part of a broader move to modernize public transport and bring it in line with current technology standards. But for those who have relied on paper passes for decades, there will be an adjustment period. In addition to changes in travel times and the move to digital passes, eligibility rules for bus passes are also being tightened. Previously, many individuals could rely on their bus passes without frequent verification of documents or residency status. From November 20th, councils will require more current documentation to prove eligibility. This means proof of residency will need to be recent, often within the last 3 months. And for disabled passengers, supporting medical documentation will need to be renewed annually rather than every 2 or 3 years. Age requirements may also be adjusted slightly in some regions. These measures are being implemented to prevent misuse of the system and to make it fairer for all residents. If your bus pass is up for renewal soon, it is essential to update your documents and check the new requirements to ensure your pass remains valid. Failing to do so could result in temporary suspension of your pass, which would be both inconvenient and potentially costly if you rely on buses for commuting or daily errands. Another critical area of change is regional fare variations. While some bus passes offer nationwide travel, many are specific to certain regions. Starting on November 20th, local councils will introduce more precise rules regarding where passes can be used and whether they are valid for cross-region travel. For instance, a person living in Scotland who regularly travels into England may find that their bus pass is only partially valid on some routes or that they will need to pay a portion of the fare. This is part of an effort to manage rising transportation costs and to make the system sustainable for councils facing budget pressures. Staying informed about regional variations will be essential, particularly for frequent travelers or those who regularly cross council boundaries. Checking the council websites and studying the updated maps and route guidelines will help you avoid unnecessary fines or misunderstandings when boarding buses outside your local area. To navigate these changes successfully, there are several practical steps that all bus pass holders should take. First, review your local council's transport website to understand exactly which rules apply in your area. Second, register for the digital bus pass system if you haven't done so already. Third, ensure all necessary documentation, such as proof of residency or medical certificates, is up to date. Fourth, plan your travel times to avoid any peak hour restrictions that could prevent you from using your pass. Finally, pay attention to regional travel rules if you commute or travel frequently outside your local council area. Preparing in advance will save you stress, delays, and potential fines, making your daily commute smoother and more predictable. While these changes may seem complicated at first, it's important to view them in context. The government is aiming to create a more efficient, fair, and modern public transport system that balances the needs of free or concessionary travelers with the demands of paying passengers. Time restrictions during peak hours are designed to reduce overcrowding. Digital passes improve speed and security. Eligibility checks ensure fairness, and regional fare variations help manage the sustainability of the system. By understanding these updates, you are not only avoiding potential penalties, but also positioning yourself to take advantage of the new technology and services that are being introduced. It's also worth noting that the government and local councils have committed to supporting those who may struggle with the transition. This includes help with digital registration, guidance on renewing documentation, and workshops to explain how the new systems work. Even if you are not comfortable with technology, there will be avenues to get help, ensuring that no one is left behind. However, waiting until the last minute is not recommended, as the demand for assistance may be high in the days leading up to November 20th. For those who may not yet hold a bus pass but are eligible, now is an ideal time to apply. With these changes on the horizon, applying early will ensure that you have access to free or discounted travel when the rules take effect. Whether you are approaching retirement age or have a qualifying disability, understanding the new system will allow you to plan your journeys effectively, avoid surprises, and take full advantage of the benefits available to you. Another point to consider is the ongoing review of these new rules. Councils are expected to evaluate the impact of the changes periodically. This means that if certain restrictions are causing significant issues or public dissatisfaction, adjustments may be made in the future. Staying informed through official channels, social media updates, news outlets, and YouTube channels like this one will help you remain up to date and make informed decisions about your travel plans. In summary, the changes coming to bus pass rules in the UK from November 20th, 2025 are comprehensive and significant. They involve shifts in travel times, the transition to digital passes, stricter eligibility criteria, and regional fare variations. Each of these changes has been designed to improve efficiency, ensure fairness, and modernize public transport. However, they also require preparation, awareness, and a proactive approach from bus pass holders. By updating your documents, registering for digital passes, understanding local restrictions, and planning your travel carefully, you can navigate these changes smoothly and continue to enjoy the benefits of concessionary travel without disruption. Remember, the key steps are to check local council guidance, ensure documentation is up to date, embrace the digital pass system, plan your travel outside restricted times if necessary, and stay informed about regional fare rules. Taking these actions now will prevent inconvenience later, and it will allow you to continue using your bus pass effectively. These changes may seem daunting at first, but with proper preparation, they are manageable and can even bring benefits such as faster boarding, improved verification, and more efficient bus travel overall. Thank you for watching this full update. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with friends or family who use bus passes so they are not caught off guard. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to stay informed about all major updates affecting public transport, pensions, and lifestyle changes across the UK. Safe travels, and remember, November 20th, 2025 is the date to mark on your calendar. Don't let these changes sneak up on you, and take action now to ensure a smooth and stress-free transition to the new bus pass rules.